Hello,
What
how are
are,
you?
what are you doing here, Ice Lord? Get back to work.
Oh god damn it! I just returned from a course. God damn it! Not even a welcome to your brother. God damn it!
No, brother. Go to hell. So,
I don't no long
How are you?
see. So life.
I
So
can't
sleeping.
hear you really well.
Uh, Probably because
Okay, what do you
Muriel is
need?
sleeping.
it seems I have an issue with the streaming. I wonder why. So, I gave you a link. Hopefully, that's my stream. Do you see it? I need to change the
See your
title.
screen.
Do you see my
I
screen?
see your screen.
Okay. Let me change the title. Weekly progress review. Let's call it. And so, do you hear an echo in my voice?
Yes. No, I just muted the YouTube channel and I listened to you on the Discord.
It's probably because you open the live stream.
That's why, yes. You should mute your live stream too.
Maybe I have a live stream on both too. Yeah, I can turn off my voice from the Discord, or you turn the voice in my video. Which one do you prefer?
No, because I was listening to you on Discord. I think it's better to listen to you on Discord because we can chat easier. You
Uh,
have a delay.
because I cannot turn it off from both sides. If I turn it from the video, future viewers won't hear what I'm saying.
No, you can let it on the video without a problem. Okay. I will put on the video, so I
Uh,
hear you just on Discord.
okay,
Voice on video too.
okay.
But if you have your stream windows open, just put the video there and it will be okay.
Alright. Unfortunately, I cannot show you a lot in the game engine because I'm trying to make a prototype for a game. Oh, it's showed in the second screen. So I made a PowerPoint and now I cannot exit from the PowerPoint.
And just be right back.
Take it from the beginning. Oh, this is so stupid. The PowerPoint is insisting on showing on my second screen. Because I didn't test it, to be honest. Yeah, give me a second. I need to figure out how to set the record on my second screen. Yep. Primary monitor. Thank you. From the beginning. Alright, do you see it now?
Yeah, I'll go.
So yeah, it's kind of a little bit silly because they shouldn't show the videos, should show the images in here. So welcome to the progress report where I show off my work so far that I started in 2015 month 6, and I made something called a 2D game engine with certain number of goals in my mind. By the way, I never practiced on this presentation. I made it in like 40 minutes and it will be a mess. It will be a mess. So first question is how much time do you have, Rado?
How many you need?
Do you have an hour, 2 hours, 3 years?
Just this Sunday. Because after that, starting from tomorrow, I have to go to work. So.
Okay, we will try to take around an hour. I because work for 3 years cannot be summarized in 1 hour, but we will try our best to keep it as much as 1 hour. All right.
By the way, my sound should be a little bit better now, right?
Yeah.
Much better.
Oh, thanks a lot.
So-
The setting.
So when I started working in 2015, I was working without showing my work to anyone. Then I discovered I need to do some marketing, so people try to see what I'm doing on. And I found a very beautiful website that I can show people what I'm working on called LifeCode TV. I code and they come and watch. And after that, in 2016, I start to stream on YouTube. And a lot of people bugs me to death. Why are you making a game engine while Unity exists and Game Maker exists? And here we have some goals in here. So the first goal why I'm making a game engine is because, to be honest, I don't care about 3D game development. I believe the 3D game development is for AAA and people that have a lot of money and a lot of experience. People in the early 90s and 80s were making 2D games. When they start to get a powerful GPU, start to get more powerful computers, they start to do 3D. And they screwed up very, very bad in the mid-90s. So who am I, a single guy, who's going to get some beginners and some, mediocre programmers and artists can do very good job in 3D, while the AAA till today, they're screwing up in it. So Unity is focusing on 3D, and I want to make 2D games, so this is one of the reasons. But the biggest reason why I made my game engine is to be independent. Whatever I want to do, I wanted to do it in the way I want to do it. I don't want someone to say how the rules work, what they support, or what's their rules, and whenever they do an update, they screw up my games. A lot of people, indie developers, who were working on their games for 7 years, 6 years, sometimes they wait for features they cannot implement, and the company completely ignore them, till EA or Square Enix require this feature, and they immediately in the same month develop it. But when an indie wants this feature, he's not worth it. So why should I depend on someone else to give me the platform? So actually, this is biggest number one reason. I don't want to be dependent. The second reason to be independent, the license. Big companies change their license every time, and it might be free for now, it might not be for free next year. And this is, to be honest, a little bit scary. And the third reason for independency, well, all the money, I get it. Not 50%, not 25%. I should, especially if I'm going to market my own games, publish my own games, the companies, me and the guys who made it, will get the money, not someone else. And actually, Unity and other game engines are not as efficient as possible because they are too open. They have tons of crap that you cannot control and manage. But this is not true. If I'm going to ignore the memory management, it can be less efficient if I'm clumsy. Another reason, when I was working on my game engine, I thought it would be simpler. It's much easier because I know how it works. Actually, over the time and after 2 years of work, I discovered now, even if I have an engine, doesn't mean I can make games easily and reduce time. It will still require time to craft a good game. If you go into shovel generic stuff, it won't look good, even if you made the engine itself. So I thought it will be much simpler, but I discovered that's not correct. Even making a symbol menu take few days if you wanted to behave in a specific way. Like making a menu from scratch for the control and key binding doesn't mean it will take less than 1 hour because I made the engine. By the way, is my voice clear so far?
Yeah, very clear.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, I bought a very expensive microphone for that, and I'm glad I did invest money for it. So another reason is, as I said, I know my tool very well. So I know where it does it screw up, I know where its power, and I know where its weakness. And when you learn on game engines, other game engines, you cannot have this power. Even though it's my own project, I don't know 100% about it. Because the things that I done 6 months ago, I already forgot them. I need to review them. So, not 100%, but much better than other tools if I learn on them. One of the main reasons why I wanted to make a game engine is to make a game support mini games. If you're familiar with Yakuza 0 or Shimno or these JRPG games, the old ones, yeah?
None of them. Sorry.
Huh?
None of them, sorry.
That's alright. If you wanna stop me and say something, it's alright. So when I made my first RPG games called War, and actually I have a few images from here. This one, the first image, and the third image. I tried to make mini games, and making them from scratch is quite difficult. So I made a very difficult system to support mini games, and we will discuss that later. Support different platforms, even though now I don't care about iPhone, I don't care about Android smartphones and whatever, and Mac. But Monogame already support them. So if I wanna all of a sudden wanna make a game for these platforms, there's a choice. I wanna focus on desktop for now, because this thing is another dimension of difficulty. But the biggest, alright.
You plan to support multiplayer or just single player for the moment?
For the moment as well, for single player, but I tried to implement the network at the beginning just to test it, and at that time XNA, the Microsoft was trying to stop supporting it in the middle of an update, and I was working on XNA and it didn't work. The same library didn't work. So I was like, I will check it later. And at 2013, Microsoft said, we are not going to work at it anymore. So I didn't try it yet, and it's another layer of complexity. Of course, I want to make network games, and you will see why. But for now, the game engine doesn't deal with network at all. I believe a very good network game need to be really good at the single player first. If the single player is... So that's why I'm not focusing on it. One of the biggest dreams that I have in my game engine is to make totally different games and make them play online, and the players meet together from their different games. I really want to do that. Unfortunately, it's a little bit complicated, but it's not impossible. It's more complicated than I thought, because the assets, music, audio, the images, need to be compiled, pre-compiled before it works. There are tricks to upload the pre-compiled assets and share it between different games, but I didn't manipulate and test these first. But hopefully there are ways. I believe there is a way to move the XNB files, and we will see about that. And I'm already working on ways to make the players have tools to make mods and maps and add new creatures and new skills and stuff. It's called the campaign system. Unfortunately, because I have been working for 3 years, and I found it's a little bit complicated to make the campaign introduce new items. I was just like, do you know what? Let's make the campaign introduce new maps. And after I make few games, I start working on it and make it support new mods. So I suspended that because I believe I need to make something on the network to make a game, to make some money. I need money to live. I don't want to live on loans alone. Go ahead.
Did you plan to put some small games on Steam as free, or after that try to make some small games for selling, like €2 per game, maybe people boost up your work?
I didn't get your question, to be honest, because your voice was cutting in the middle.
I was asking if you might make some more games with your engine. Some of them free, some of them with pay €1 or something like that.
Yeah. Of course. I'm planning to make demos for the games that I want to sell, that have short stories, and the full story and the full game is for sale.
Good idea. I like that.
Actually, I already have the website that have the cart and have multi-languages, and it needs someone to edit it. I don't have enough time to be honest. I wasted the whole December month last year because it crashed and the database for the website crashed and I lost all the work, and I made it over, and it wasted a lot of my time.
Maybe I'll be able to help you with that a bit later. I have to finish my projects too, and
It's made on WordPress. I believe I can handle it, but I just need more. I hate design. I hate web design, to be honest. The way how you update things and you need to wait to the website to get updated and stuff. I hate it. So yeah, I haven't made player profile yet. Oh, sorry, but every player profile should save his progress in all the games that's made by my game engine. But actually, I haven't reached to this point yet. So, any more questions about my goals before we start talking about mechanic stuff in my game engine?
you can go on.
You believe you have one?
You can go on.
Oh, okay. So my game engine, or actually my whole project, is hybrid system. It's not data driven and it's not hard coded. It uses both. That's mean it receives some data and run it automatically like a factory, and it uses the hard code in the same time. That's give it the ability to have standards and to be customizable in the same time. I don't want to waste too much time about this point. Hopefully it will get clearer in the future. One of the features is dialogues. I made a system. Let me show it to you. L2F. Let's go to the map simulator. Let's go to the setting. Let's go to the dialogues. We have a dialogue system where it should have every dialogue support multiple languages, where we can compare between them and we can change them. So we can even add languages, like to support any number of languages, and everything can be supported by these languages. So this system is made in the core of the game engine to support languages. A lot of games have been made without the idea of supporting multi-languages, and when they go to the localization, it takes like 3 to 5 years to make it support different languages, and it's a big mess. So I made this in my mind because most systems in the early 2000s didn't support Arabic, and I have this idea in 2005, 2006 to how to make support to Arabic. And actually the game engine support Arabic now by encrypted into numbers, and the numbers is taken and turned into images of letters, and it go back to letters again. Because the Arabic... Go ahead.
I was saying that that's a nice idea.
The problem with Arabic letters, each letter can have 4 different shapes to get connected. So this letter is this letter, is this letter, is this letter. So it needs some kind of encryption to know which form to be selected. So yeah, this actually took a good chunk of my time to implement. So let's return back. So Arabic language system, dialogue system support multi-languages, a clear hierarchy system. There's a hierarchy who's responsible on what. Almost all objects have a blueprint. For example, if we make a tank, we need a tank blueprint. The tank blueprint tells the system what it can do, like the potential of all the skills can have, all the attributes it have. And whenever we need to make an object in a map, we actually ask the blueprint to create the object with the parameters. This will reduce a lot of memory usage because all the images, all the animations, all possible attributes are saved in the blueprint only once in the memory. But if we have hundreds of thousands of objects from that blueprint, we only save the individual attributes of each one of them. We don't save the animations twice. We don't save the everything twice. We save only the individual objects. This is for efficiency issues. So if I want to make an RTS, a real-time strategy game that supports 10,000 units, hopefully it will be able to do that. I have two different script systems. An old one, a parser, a real script, and the second one is just a select case. It's fake, it's not real, it uses actions, C# actions, but it's not a real script. I don't like the old one, but it's still working because it's hard to add functions in them. But later on I will return and fix the thing up. And we have tons of systems that need a lot of time to describe the action condition, the GUI system, the control system, the faction, the quest. We might take a look on them. Any questions? Yes. Yeah, sorry, it's a little bit boring, but we're trying to take an idea what's going on.
No, it's not boring. No, don't worry. I'm listening.
Alright. So we have creatures with layer animations. Let's take a look. Let's go to the second screen. So this tool, we can see the creatures and we can view them in here. Like this is a character. It's kind of hard to see because I cannot zoom in here unfortunately, and there's the collision rectangles. Let me make them disappear. And in here we can add animations. So let's go to here and make it walk and let it play, jump, idle. I believe second idle have a cigar. No, this is damage idle. Where's the attack? Oh, walk and attack without the layers. So we have a complicated system for the creatures. We have a complicated system for the weapons. We can go in here and select a weapon too, and it have range attack. It's not a continuous play. So this is one of the system. We have creatures, weapons, skill system with jobs, skill trees, attributes and formulas. Items that have different ways to use, like the coins in Mario. When you touch it, you take it. Weapon that you need to pick up. Remember, the game engine is not made for one type of game, so all of these systems are so freaking generic that whenever you want to make one, it need to take some efforts. I can make a character that play like a fighting game and mix it inside an RTS game. Each unit in the game work alone. There is no game style. I can make an RPG, fighting game, RTS in the same game. And that's what's given the support of mini games. I can make some maps, accept certain type of characters to make a mini game. Outside that map, I don't load these characters. I load a different version of characters that the player control, and he think he's the same character. He think everything is the same. He's a player. He's a user. He's stupid. He doesn't understand. These are totally different characters. So the system is made like this. Let's keep on till. So let's talk about projects. Project main. So let's see the main parts of the project. What do we have? We have the data. We have the map simulator. We have the game engine. And we have the game project. This is the introduction of the actual work. So what's going on? We have a map simulator. It creates the data. The game engine take it and make the rules. And the game project add more hard-coded rules and work with the game engine. The game engine work as a manager, but the game project have the game aspects. So let's take a look on all of that. Let me close this guy. So we have here the map simulator, this project. And these are the classes and the forums for the project and the setup. So this is the map simulator. We will run it soon. We have three types of files. The game file that have everything in the game, all the blueprints. The campaigns that have, they work like DLC. Additional data to the game engine, and it holds the maps and the maps themselves. The game engine work as a DLL. It's work as a separate project. It should be fixed among all the games. So I shouldn't manipulate these files a lot. I should add a lot to it, but I shouldn't change them a lot. And we have the game itself. So this is what's going on. So we can run the game and give you a fast look before you die because of Forinum. So this is a prototype that I'm working on. I'm trying to make a real game on it and fix all the loose wires because I never made a game on the game engine. The game engine features are already finished. There are a few features I would like to add, but not for the first game. Like having random things. I want to make a random system that I tell them, hey, random 0001 consists of 4 guns and each one of them have 25%. Random 0002 would have 4 healing items, something like this. Something that make random elements to the map simulator. This thing doesn't exist. The AI system and NPC system are so freaking primitive. I hate them. I didn't have enough time to work on them. And map generator. I don't have a map generator yet. So we have few systems are missing, but the network system doesn't exist either. But the game engine already can make games. So we have a map for the main menu. We have GUI system. We have campaign loader. I'm testing the fonts, that's why I made it to a small one here. We have different languages like Arabic and English in this game. Each game have its own different languages. Depends on the team I'm working on. And it can load the campaign. These are the campaigns. I should put a label in here. Select a campaign or something. I can close it. I can drag it. And I can load the campaign. So here's the character. Let me hold the joystick. So it should roll, or it can roll. The physics is not that good, like it's stuck in. I need to tweak it, but it's working. It can understand there is movement, it can move, it can shoot. I don't have a weapon. It can go around maps. It can have different backgrounds. Like you see, there's a background in the front and a background on the back. So these are the systems we have. We have a game engine that have the information of the characters. We have the game itself. We have the data, like the maps the items, the campaigns. We have a GUI system that's part of the game engine. This is the inventory. It used to work, but I screwed it up because I separated the bag. The bag system was inside the inventory system as one code. I separated them, so I can use the bag in different GUIs. And now it's not working. So before I could drag a weapon and put it here in the weapon and I can use it, but now it doesn't work. I need to work on it. Hopefully next week when we make the second progress it will be working like normally. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick look on how the system is consist of 4 main players. The game engine have the blueprint, as I said, the game itself project, the map simulator, which make the files, and we can take the files, move them to the game engine, and the game engine hopefully will understand them. Oh, this is the test game. Let's go to the map simulator.
Anyhow, you need to sleep. I have a lot of work to tonight.
Well, thank you for coming and interrupting our series. Okay. Have a good night.
Good night.
Brother. Oh, brother. Alright. So I don't want to repeat myself for the 1000th time. Any questions, by the way? Well, what the hell am I talking about?
No, for I don't have questions because I don't really fully understand this kind of programming, but it's interesting to see how game engine works.
All right.
How you design it. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you at some point, but I think that's the design part. Background is 2D. If you can make multiple layers to give you the concept of 3D somehow. But you know, like the old TV cartoons.
Actually, I do. Actually, I do have something like that. Let me try to make it for you. I do. So the first thing I need to do to manipulate the game, I need to load the game file, which have all the rules.
Yeah.
Then I load the campaign. Then I load the map. So let's go to this map, for example, and I go to the setting. It might be not working now because I moved this code from somewhere else, but hopefully it will work. So I will tell this map I need to have okay. So I can give layers to the objects. So I will tell it I want a different layer in here on the back. And I didn't change the speed. Can I change it now? So let me say -1. Does it save? Okay, it does save. And this one, for example, -2. And this one, -3. Save. And now when I add objects, I can select the layer. Let me tell it to make it dynamic, show dynamic background, and let it show the regions, show the boss grounds. Oh, it doesn't look smaller. Let me check the setting again. I haven't done this for a while, so hopefully I don't remember my system wrong. That will be embarrassing. What is this number? I believe this is the zoom factor. So let's make it 75. And this one 5. and this one 25. Let's save. All right, so let's take one. This is -1. Oh, it must have a name. We don't need a prototype. We can give the objects system job system, so it can have skills, it can have attributes, it can be breakable. So this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, and this is -4. So if we move, are they solid? They not solid. Let me save the map. Save all map. Let's load them into the game. So here's the game. This is the map simulator. This is the campaign maps. And we changed the rules for the map. I believe the rules is inside the map, right? I don't remember. No, it should be, it should be. Let's give it a try and pray it's working. Because it might be embarrassingly not working. Yeah, something fucked up. Item tag initializer. Did I give the object an item info? God. Oh, I didn't, but it doesn't have an item. It should. Let me remove them. Sorry about that. So let's add them again. Let's give them active. But they have no items. Screw this shit. Oh, we don't have an object tag. Okay, let's add them again. Let's put them on the floor, the first ones. Floor objects. Then add different rocks on the second layer. And let's put some of them far, like stars. Save. If it crash, I'm sorry. I need to fix the crash first. Hopefully it won't crash. This is the map simulator. And this is the game. Let's run the game and pray it will work. Yep, the same crash. I'm really sorry. I could do if target is null, just return. Screw you. Yeah, that's why I'm making the prototype, by the way, to test all the things in the game engine. So now we have a different type of crash. As I told you, I didn't test the map layers yet. I moved the code, and yeah.
Nice. If you find out that you have a problem, you find out what's the problem, you can fix it. No problem.
Yeah, I didn't test it yet. I'm testing different aspects of the game engine. The last 3 systems I made, I didn't test any of them. So let me add the error here, because I need to check it out. Different objects layers crashes. It seems the item tag what do you call it? Item tag initialization. Because in my game engine, objects and weapons and bags can consider items, and items can have scripts. And for some reason, I'm telling him this object is not an item, and yet he wanna initialize its script. And I need to check what the heck is going on. See here, as an item, something is trying to call this as an item. So I need to figure out what the hell is going on. But yeah, there is a way to add objects on the back, and they move slowly when you move from the camera, to give you that there is a 3D impression. Actually, I have a video for them when I made the system in my channel, but it will take some time to dig it out. So yeah, any other questions? It should work in here, by the way, if I call it dynamic camera, but I don't see it working in here either. It should be working when I move to the right. The objects on the back should move slower, but I don't see that. I don't see that. I don't see that working. I don't know why. No, it works, but it's kind of hard to tell. It works. If I increase the speed, maybe it will show. So here I put the setting for the stuff. So the first layer should be 0. The second layer, let's make it 5. And this one 10. They will move like a train. It will illogical, but I'm trying to test the system. Nope. They are not working. It was an illusion. So sorry about that. It seems we have screwed up somewhere. Yeah. It's kind of sad. And the zoom's not working as well. That well. There are tons of problems. Do you see these lines?
Yeah.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't be there. I read that because the float numbers in the tills position caused that. So I cast them into integer and still the problem is there. I don't know how to remove it. To be honest, I didn't spend a lot of time to fix it, so I need to before I make any demo, because this is really embarrassing. So yeah, as you can see, I have this guy that make the game. I can edit all the rules in the games. The name, the version, how many languages have, the main game, the transparent, the tills, and I can see them in here.
You know why I asked about multiplayer?
Why?
Because I have the idea of, you know, you can make AE in a game, but I like the idea to try to make multiple games to work together, to influence on. So action done by one player in a game, it will affect what happened in the second game.
Oh, okay.
That's why I asked it. It's more unpredictable than.
It's kind of hard to do that, but it's not impossible. I'm trying to do a similar thing. I can make as well a way to make the map that you can play on this layer, and there's another layer behind, and you can go behind, and stuff like that. But I didn't work on that yet. But
So now you're talking about just how it affects the game design, but you can affect I don't know, like boss fight, like stuff like that.
yeah. Actually, even if the game engine cannot do it, you can hard code it inside the game project. The game is not only limited to what the engine can do. That's why I made it. I called it hybrid. If the game engine cannot do it, we can go to the game itself and embed the code in here to deal with certain things in a certain way. So even if the game engine doesn't support that, if we can do it in C#, we can do it. And I consider this a very powerful point to my game engine.
Your voice is cutting a bit.
Come again?
Your voice is cutting a bit.
Oh, sorry. Let me try to.
I don't know if it's your connection or my connection. Because anyway, I'm in France, so it's My connection is bad here.
It might,
Even with fiber optics, no?
yeah, it might be the network. So it's better to talk in one level voice and talk slowly. That will help. So I was saying, even if the game engine doesn't support such feature in the boss fight, we can do that as a hard code in the game project. I can go to the game project in the main loop and do whatever I want in C# code. That's why I say this engine is not data driven, it's a hybrid. Data driven mean you take the data from a file and do the work, like a factory.
Yeah.
But this one is actually a hybrid. It do that, and you can add your additional code in the game. So I can manipulate the main loop, the ticker, the guy that do the tick in the game. I can manipulate the draw function, and I can manipulate the initialize. And I can manipulate all the objects, add the new conditions to the objects, new conditions to everything. But the game engine should support as much as possible to reduce the amount of code that's needed for each game. So yeah, the game engine doesn't support multi-layer map, but actually we can do it in a hard code. The game engine doesn't support stairs now or platforms. We can do it as a hard code too. But I'm going to add these features slowly one by one. So let's go back to here. So these are the main parts of the game engines. Any questions before I go a little bit further?
No, you can go.
Alright. Let's see, what did I do to this PowerPoint? I already forgot. So yeah, as I said, the main thing in the game is the game file. By the way, I made an encryption code as well, so people cannot manipulate the files easily. When they get the game, they will get it
They
encrypted.
cannot cheat, so easily.
They can try to break it. It's MD5. It's not big secret, but they need to figure out how to decrypt MD5.
I don't know if that's possible. Information, no?
I believe there are some tools that can break MD5, but it requires a lot of time and very powerful PCs.
Yeah, because it's comparison. They have to generate random strings until they get the one that goes well with your string. So.
Yeah, but even if it's a big program like Microsoft Windows 10 or something, and powerful pirates have an eye on that, they can break it. But who cares about my own games?
Yeah, but maybe one day you'll go big. So.
Hopefully, in that time I might make double encryption. Try to mix MD5 with something else. Yeah, but for now, MD5 I believe will be more than enough for my files.
Yeah, it will enough.
So the files are the game file, which contains the blueprint, the rules, the blueprint for everything, the creatures, how they behave, the weapons, the locations of the animations, the animations data, where's the frame change, what's the size and stuff. The maps hold the actual objects, and the campaigns hold the map, quests, conversation systems, dialogues, and events. I wish if I have infinite time to tell you every word I say here, what it's mean, and show you the system. But we don't have too much time. So the map simulator, this guy, I made it actually in 2006, the first version, to make symbol maps for 2D games. Let's take a look on it. So this guy, we can select the campaign from here. Select the map, and we can add things. As you can see, we can add tills. Let me show the attribute, and we can do tills. we can tell the till to be solid. That's mean the creatures consider this a solid, so they cannot pass it. We can tell it it's a fire solid. That's mean bullets doesn't pass it, or both. So if we have a fence, it only pass players but not bullets or something like that. Magical shield, whatever. And each game can support 16 sprite sheet, sorry, 15. And each of them have 128 tills. There is a limit. But hopefully 128 by 15 is more than enough. Hopefully. 15. 1920 tills for each object. Hey, I'm showing my friend Rado my engine work.
Okay, it's good for you.
We might work together some way, someday.
Good, good.
Do you know Harvest Moon? Rado.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Do-
Hello?
Do you know the game called... come again?
Do I know what?
Harvest Moon, a game.
Harvest Moon. I heard about it. Looks familiar.
This one. This is actually Stardew Valley. Harvest Moon on SNES. That's what I know. SNES. It's a game that you play with a harvester, a farmer, that you can raise chicken, plant flowers, plant thing, visit the villagers. One of the interesting aspects in the game, it has the seasons. It has winter, summer, fall, and spring. And each season, the tills change to the season. Actually, we can do that in the game. So if we want to change all the tills, we can replace these sprites, these textures. I don't know, this is not very good result images. So each season have a different look of the tills. The house will have some snow on the top and stuff. So actually, if the 1920 tills are not enough, we can replace them with the new ones if you want. So we say after the loading, we replace number 1 and 2 and 3 with different ones and load them. But I believe 1920 tills is more than enough to make a game. And actually, we can use... oh, sorry, I shouldn't zoom in like this. If we want a different floor, we can add an image here. And we use invisible tills to show it to where is... where the character can move. So these are transparent, and we can add an image in here, a huge image with the road or something. So we could use big images instead of tills, but I believe tills will be less on the memory. I don't know, because they are printed on the same from the same source. We can add objects. We can add a script to the object, script to the item of the object. We can have bags. We can put items in the bags. We can add the creatures, make them into NPCs, fight you. Unfortunately, I can show you actually bullets and character dies and stuff. So this guy, the map simulator, was supposed to work only on maps, save them and load them to the game engine. But now this guy is responsible on making all the data driven for the game. If I want the guys, the players, to have a map editor, I cannot send them this program to them, because they can edit my own game file and manipulate it and do whatever they want. So I need to make a smaller program that have some of the code of this program to let them change only the maps and use certain amount of assets. I don't know what else I can show you. To be honest, look at this project. It's huge. It's... I cannot show you everything, to be honest. It's a work of almost 3 years. And I cannot talk to all of this. I can show you the code. By the way, the classes in the map simulator are different than the classes in the game engine. Because in the map simulator, for example, need to calculate some stuff that the game engine doesn't care of. And the game engine need to calculate stuff that the map simulator doesn't care of. So actually I need to maintain the classes twice, there and here and there. But you can see the number of classes is not small. And this is only in the map simulator. The classes in the game is even more. You see all these folders, they are full with the classes. So yeah. What I was going to say, I have a threat system that I need to test again. I have a lot of systems. The quest systems and the event system, like a cutscene. It says in the 5th second, the discussion start. When the player click on OK, start another event. After 3 seconds, a character will move from here to here, and another character enemy will start from here and make a cutscene. This is a huge system that I didn't test it yet. So yeah, the map simulator is responsible on making all of these. Making dialogues, conversation, events, the cutscenes, maps, the game file. Script builder, I will show you later, maybe next week when we do stuff. Any question on the map simulator?
No.
So if someday we make a team, I can let the team work on the map simulator, work on the assets. It's much easier. It's a program, as you can see. So if I run the map simulator, I can send them the setup. We need to trust them. And they can load the game. I can even send them a special version that they don't load the game. Immediately the game is loaded and they only make the maps. Did you get the idea?
I understand it.
So they work on the assets, on the map design, on the characters, on the skills, and the code. I'm the one who deal with the code. I should load this map. It's more beautiful. It has a stolen background. Oh well. So this is a map simulator. The game engine is obvious. It runs the game file. You give him the file. He make the rules and everything. And he's the manager. He manage everything. And the game project is the game itself. Every time we make a game, we need to make a new game project. We give it the main menu. We if it support network, it let it support open the network. If it support saves, it make it support save and yada yada yada. If the game expect updates, I might connect it to the website and make it update automatically. And that's it. For your honor, we give you a certificate of patience.
Thank you. I was thinking on something. You should add a way to your engine to use network, internet connection or network connection to make people work together in different states of the game. Server and stuff like that.
What do you mean by different state of the game?
For example, you have a team working on a game. So your engine is down. So everyone has their job to do. And they just can work from anywhere and just upload it to a main server and the other work, stuff like that.
If we have a team, we will use Google Drive. I'm going to make a time puncher like this one, and I'm going to list the tasks they need to do in another table.
You can use that too, but
I already actually I already hired the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If you plan to make your game moddable, to add mods to it, you can use support for that. For example, if you create an app, make the mods, one, or map makers like that. They create it, and once they save it, they upload it automatically to the server.
Of course.
They want it to be or not.
Of course. Of course.
So if
Go
you
ahead.
download games and games, we played Minecraft together. For example, in Minecraft, to add a mode, you had a lot of work to do. But if you go into the game and select the mode and you just click download, install or something like that, I think it's kind of nicer. It's easier for the game players.
I
You don't
see.
have to download somewhere on your computer and after that move it into your game to make it work.
Do you mean
For you?
do you mean that I separate like the character into files and everything into files?
For example, right now you can have the map apart and the character apart? No. Not the map and the character, sorry. Create a map for a game. And you put me, you give me an app to do that. Recompile the game completely to load the map, or I can have the map as a file apart.
Actually, each object I have in the game engine can be exported into a single file, and I can import them from outside. It is possible to use that. So I asked. Okay, go ahead.
Using your game engine, it's not a moddable version of the game. For example, to create a map to load it to the game, you have to recompile all the game, no?
No, as I showed you, I didn't recompile anything. I just moved the new maps and I run them and they run. The data driven doesn't need recompile. The stupid assets need to be recompiled. Let me close this. I don't know why this is stuck because, oh, I didn't close this page. Let me show you. The stupid
For
asset.
items too?
Hmm?
For items too? For example, if you want to create a new item.
It doesn't unless if you add a new image for them. So only if.
When I say
Go ahead.
You have the game compiled somewhere, no? Can you show me if I can see the items apart or?
Yeah, sure. Let's go to the sprite. And let's go to Ice SP1. Yeah, open it with Paint. I don't care. So for example, these are the images of the item. If I want to draw a new one, and I want to use this one must be recompiled. Why? Because the game engine doesn't understand PNG or JPG. It understands XMP. So this guy, the pipeline, must recompile them. But if I use a picture that already exists, I can move it without recompile.
But you can make a small compiler apart to do that.
There is a code to recompile XMP, but for old XNA, I don't know if it works or not, and I don't have the source code. There must be a way to run the game without recompile the game and add the new images. I don't know how, to be honest now. I tried before, wasted a lot of time when Microsoft stopped support, because this was Microsoft stuff. This is XNA. Microsoft in 2013 said we are not supported anymore. So a group of 5 programmers, 2 of them working for Microsoft full job, are working on this platform called Monogame. So they are still developing new stuff. Before, XNA used to run videos, now it doesn't run videos, and they didn't support that feature yet. But I believe we don't need to add the new images every time. If we need to add the new images for real, we can just make game version 2.1 and make it downloadable for whoever bought the first version.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about mods for the game because I saw that games that are able to be modded.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. But to be honest, it's not my focus now. As I said, if the core game and the core mechanics are sucks, nobody will cares.
Yeah,
But this is a very big goal that I'm trying to do because I want different games to communicate together, not only modded. I want a first-person shooter game that make a fake 3D played in an RTS game. I want to do something that huge, but I cannot do it from the start. I need to start step by step, you know.
yep.
Actually, one of the last year, I tried to go back. Where did I start working on the game engine? And actually, it goes back from 2005. I tried to make it in Visual Basic 6. I tried to make it in DirectX 7, but I wasn't good enough in programming. And every year I try to do different stuff till today. Today I start working on this one, on the game engine, and made the first prototype in 2001. And it have no data driven. All of it is hard coded. But it have character to control. The animation is hard coded. Everything is hard coded. It has weapons. It doesn't have sound. The camera can follow different things. You can select another character. You can push the stone. This wall, I cannot go past it. But the bullet doesn't pass it. This wall is solid, but not fire solid. The bullet pass it. I can make the camera follow bullets. A lot of crap. And this wall is a secret passage. I can go through it. If I go down, I cannot pass it. So stuff like that. I can talk to the sign, and it says Assalamu alaikum. That's mean good day, and it's the Arabic welcoming thing.
I know.
So yeah.
There are a lot of Arabs over here. No, my tablets.
Oh yeah, Paris have a lot of Arab in there, right? So yeah, this actually the first attempt to make a game engine, and it was 2001. It have no data driven. You cannot change the items. You cannot change the character. It's all hard coded, and it sucks. So actually, this work it's longer than 3 years. I don't know. Any questions? Any thing in your head you wanna implement if you wanna make a game, so I can tell you if it's possible or not.
I don't have many questions. I'll try to get a bit documented about this. I told you I'm new on this stuff. I'm still working on the website of.
Oh yeah.
I do web engines and stuff like that. But I told you that I was planning to do the game a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's for you, but I still have to work to be able to survive. So if I don't work, my electrician job, I don't have enough money to survive. So yeah, I'm still a dreamer. I hope one day I'll finish my fantasy stuff to make some money from that and start
Well, my work needs some time. It needs more time to be more progressive, so don't worry about it. I thought I could finish this prototype in 2 months, but after I saw that a lot of things need more work, a lot of things I left it without testing, and now I need to test it and remake it. I might finish this in September, hopefully. Hopefully. I will try to make a playable demo called the prototype because I'm testing the game engine. And after that, I will make the first game. So you don't need to work with me on the first game or the second game or the third game. Whenever you're ready and you feel like, oh, I want to make a team to make a 2D game, hopefully I will be ready for that. If you want to keep watching what I'm doing every week, we can do this every week, make a video, contact on Discord, find other people to come and ask, and see how it...
I like to do that. For game working, you'll have to wait because this year I won't start work on a game for sure. I told you I'm working on my accountancy engine. That's my backup solution to have some income without having to put too much effort. And after that, I can start to work on other things. I gave up on my smartphone system even. It's more stable than it was before, but money doesn't go well together. So I planned after my accountancy engine to start work on a game. I planned, but anything yet.
Well, when do you think you'll finish that?
It will take a few months. I think it will be. I hoped to finish it before starting this year, but I think, but now it will. It got a bit delayed.
Oh.
And I think it will be. You know, I told you, I'm telling you again. Still have to work as an electrician to be able to make some to make some money to survive.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying as best to finish really fast as well to make money because I'm getting sick to be to be broke, you know.
Yeah, kind of hard.
I'm really getting sick of that, but we will see. I cannot make Kickstarter. I don't think anyone will give a fuck about Kickstarter now because I'm unknown. But when people hear, oh, that guy made an engine by himself and made an Arabic game by himself and it seems really good, then I can make a Kickstarter for a new game.
That's true.
So that's the plan. That's the plan. Thank you for coming. I will end the YouTube video.
Thank you for your presentation. It's interesting. I really like it. And I'll do that every week from now on, as I told you.
It will be shorter. It will be much shorter, like 20 minutes or something. Hopefully.
It's okay. Don't worry about the time. It's okay.
All right. See you next time. See you next time.
See you next